Sure. Well, Bill's my best operator. Considering he's only been doing directional drilling for a year, he's had some high costs, though, with drill pipe and downhole tools. Yeah. Well, I've got a new guy starting today. He's going to help out in that department. Yeah, he's a real pro. He's been at it since horizontal drilling began. Golf? Yeah. What time?
Well, the new guy will be here any minute. What do you think, Larry?
Bill, I don't know. I hear he's no hand at this, but I guess he'll help us make more drill jobs or maybe help us get our jobs done quicker. I don't know.
Do you believe making more trenchless installations or getting jobs done more quickly is what builds your bottom line? Not necessarily. Making installations with less expense is the smart way to work. Nothing blows a job bid faster than tearing up drill pipe and downhole tools. Look, you wouldn't abuse your personal truck, would you? Of course not. It's way too expensive. So why would you abuse your drill pipe and downhole tools? They probably cost more than a new truck.
Hi guys, I'm George. Big Jim said I was to work with you for a while.
Hi, George. So, you think you're going to teach us some new tricks, huh? Larry and I have been at this since about this time last year.
I don't know if I'm supposed to teach you anything, but I've been doing horizontal drilling over 10 years. I guess I've made every mistake you can in this business. I tore up more pipe and tools than I'd care to mention. You know, it wasn't about till my 4th year that I began to catch on.
Proper operation starts before you ever unload the drill rig. Plan every job before you start to work. You'll want to know such things as what buried hazards or obstacles to your job exist and where and how deep they are. Such job specifications as the size and type of material to be installed, the bend radius of the material and how deep it must be placed, and your setup position, entry angle, and whether or not you may use entry and exit pits.
Hey, Bill. Don't stake down there. Back up a couple of pipe lengths so you don't have to steer so sharp to level off.
What's the big deal? These pipes are supposed to bend anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, some, but not as much as most people think. Look, every pipe you use on this job is going to see that first turn, and it needs to be a gentle one.
You'll want to use the lowest possible entry angle to minimize the bending necessary to drill horizontally at the proper depth. This means your setback from the obstacle may be farther than anticipated. Starting and ending pits save sharp bends at the entry and exit points, and they let the cutting tools start without skidding and bending the pipe. There is another excellent reason to avoid a steep entry angle. Disconnecting from the pipe in the ground lets it release the stress on it. Then the pin and box ends will not line up. Making up or breaking out misaligned tool joints can easily gall or even strip the tapered threads.
Hey, George, tell Bill to steer hard to 6 o'clock for one joint, then rotate. He's getting close to a pipeline.
No way. That'll put too much bend in the pipe. And we're going to back out a joint and start steering sooner. Remember, Bill, gentle bends. You want to guide the pipe, not steer it.
One of the advantages of horizontal drilling is the bore can be guided. But both the drill pipe and the material to be installed have bend radius limits, which you must know and not exceed. The minimum bend radius allowed for your drill pipe is shown in this chart in your operator's manual. Operators need to understand how to apply this information to the job. If the chart for your drill pipe says its bend radius is 130 feet, that means the maximum allowable bend for that pipe eventually would make a circle so large it would have a radius of at least 130 feet. Nobody drills in a circle, so here's a more practical way to look at it. If you follow the maximum bend radius for your pipe, you'd have to drill forward for at least 130 feet to make a 90-degree turn. This bending has to be gentle and evenly applied over the length of each drill pipe. And in this example, more than 200 feet of pipe are needed because you're drilling around 1/4 of that imaginary circle.
Okay, guys, we're almost across, so drill in one more and come up.
You better back up, Larry. We'll start up after one more pipe, but we'll take it easy. We don't want a sharp turn on that end either.
And this turning applies to pitch too. That's the up or down angle of the bit and lead pipe. Excessive pitch changes can bend the pipe just like oversteering does. In your operator's manual, bend limits are shown in a chart. This gives the total deflection allowable in pitch or steering without damaging the pipe. Of course, these bends are cumulative, so eventually you can change directions, but never quickly. Spread evenly over the length of each drill pipe, you deflect in any direction only a small percentage of the pipe's length. Other sizes and kinds of pipe will have different bend limits, so check the operator's manual chart for your specific pipe. The product to be installed probably has a bend radius different from your pipe, so plan your pilot bore for whichever is the greater bend radius. Stresses on the product while pulling back are transferred to the reamer and drill pipe too. Most problems stem from oversteering the drill pipe, but the second biggest budget buster is overworking the drill string. Don't rotate the pipe without pushing or pulling. This greatly increases stress damage at every bend. Likewise, don't push a full length of pipe in the drill frame without rotating. That can cause it to buckle. Drill in half the pipe before pushing without rotation. Of all the joints in a drill string, those just behind the drill bit get the highest stress. The lead pipe is in the ground longer and gets more shock loads and rotation cycles. Use a transition sub between the tool and the first drill pipe to absorb shock. And it's a good practice to move the lead pipe to last position in the rack after each job. How you make up and break apart tool joints greatly affects the life of your drill string, and that affects your bottom line. Never power joints together or apart rapidly. Connect and disconnect joints slowly and deliberately.
Well, that's 2 drill pipes we'll have to trash. Look, Bill, if you cowboy every makeup or break out, you might save maybe 2 seconds each. That's just 2 minutes on a bore over 600 feet. I'd rather spend the 2 minutes than have to tell Big Jim I smoked 2 drill pipes.
Clamp onto the pipe only in the areas designed for this. Even small cuts in the pipe fatigue quickly under bending rotation. Make sure tool joints line up when connecting them. If the threads are damaged, the whole pipe or tool is ruined. Time the pipe rotation to match carriage travel speed. Go slowly to help prevent crossing or galling the threads or swelling the joint shoulder. Tapered threads don't fully engage until the last 1/16 of an inch, so make sure the shoulder faces are touching and then tighten the joint with full machine torque. And don't rush the job by letting the ground finish making up the joint. That doesn't give enough torque to make a good connection. Improper torque will peel threads, damage shoulder faces, bell the box section, cause leaks, or even break during boring operations. And here's a really important tip. Whenever you do replace all your drill pipe, replace the saver sub on the carriage too. Putting new pipe through an old saver sub transfers damage from the sub to every new pipe in the string.
Okay, I'll hook up the back reamer and swivel, hit the rotation when I wave.
No way, man. Since you didn't use an easy connect on the lead pipe, you'd better get the quick wrench to break off the bit. We're shutting down the engine.
Never use machine torque to make or break joints away from the machine. To break threaded joints away from the machine, shut down the engine and use this quick wrench. To make up joints with the wrench, follow the scribed line technique in your JetTrack operator's manual. And with this easy connect, you don't have to break apart tight threads on downhole tools. When pulling in the product, watch out for these things. Don't pull the reamer back faster than it can cut. And never back ream without good fluid flow. The right mixture and flow reduce torque, thrust, and pullback forces. Use the smallest back reamer practical for pullback. If you need a large borehole, use more than one pass, each with a progressively larger reamer. And replace bits and reamers when they become worn. Dull tools put more strain on the drill string.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Bill. How'd it go today?
Look, boss, I'm sorry to say, I stripped some threads today.
That's expensive pipe, Bill. I thought having an experienced hand like George would help you learn better pipe handling.
Let's call it a two-pipe education, because I did learn a lot from George. In fact, from now on, the only pipe you'll be buying me is to replace those worn out from doing so many bores.
Protecting your pipe and downhole tools saves you money because you won't have to replace them as often. And it makes everyone on your crew your best operator.